Have you ever wondered how the mightiest empire in history, the Roman Empire, collapsed? From ruling over millions to being overrun by invaders, this is the story of the fall of Rome, what led to the shocking downfall of a civilization that shaped the world we live in today. Rome wasn't just a city, it was the center of the world. At its height, the Roman Empire stretched from the chilly shores of Britain to the scorching deserts of Egypt. Its armies were legendary, its culture rich, and its technology advanced for the time. They built roads that connected their empire, aqueducts that brought fresh water, and monuments that still stand today. But with great power comes great responsibility. Keeping control of such a massive empire became harder and harder, and it wasn't long before cracks began to show. While Rome was impressive from the outside, inside it was falling apart. One major problem: corruption. Roman emperors and politicians became obsessed with wealth and power. They often fought among themselves, and the government became unstable. Bad leadership weakened the empire, while the rich got richer, and the poor, well, they struggled to survive. To make things worse, the economy was in shambles. Heavy taxes were crushing the people, and the value of Roman money dropped like a stone. Inflation rose, making everyday life even harder. And when the people lose hope, the empire loses its strength. As Rome weakened from within, enemies began to gather at its borders. In the north, fierce tribes like the Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns saw Rome as a juicy target. These groups, often called barbarians, began to invade the empire, testing its defenses. The once invincible Roman legions struggled to keep up. Their armies were spread too thin, defending an empire that had become too large to control. In 410 AD, a shocking event shook the world. The Visigoths, led by Alaric, sacked the city of Rome itself. It was the first time in 800 years that Rome had fallen to an enemy. Rome had grown too big to manage. In 285 AD, Emperor Diocletian made a bold decision to divide the empire into two: the Eastern Roman Empire, which we know today as the Byzantine Empire, and the Western Roman Empire. The idea was to make governing easier, but the West, already weaker, was left exposed to attacks. The Eastern Empire, with its capital in Constantinople, managed to survive for another 1,000 years. But the Western Empire was constantly under pressure. Its cities were raided, its defenses stretched too thin. The final blow came in 476 AD. A barbarian leader named Odoacer deposed the last Roman emperor of the West, Romulus Augustulus. This was the official end of the Western Roman Empire. After centuries of dominance, the Roman Empire had fallen. Rome had once stood as the greatest empire on earth, but internal weakness, economic troubles, and barbarian invasions all played a part in its downfall. Its fall marked the beginning of what we call the Dark Ages in Europe. But Rome's story doesn't end there. Even though the empire fell, its influence still lives on. From the language we speak, to the laws we follow, to the roads we drive on, Rome left a mark on the world that can still be seen today. Thank you for watching. What do you think was the biggest reason for Rome's fall? We'd love to hear your thoughts.